Hey guys, this is Troy from TR Tech Tactical and Survival. I hope you can see everything I've got laid out here. We're out in the field doing a little bit of a survival thing, staying in a log cabin in the woods. Although it wasn't horribly roughing it, I'm sitting here with a cot as a table. And this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. I've got some dollar store fishing gear that I brought with me. And, at home I'm just so busy all the time. I never have time to sit down and do this. So I finally brought this all out with me to update my Maxpedition EDC pouch, which stays in my belt everywhere I go, every day, all the time, with a little fishing kit. Alright, so I've got 50-piece fishing hooks assortment. I've got 25-piece line weights. I've got 12 swivels, which I do like. I do like the swivels for changing lures in a hurry. I know a lot of people don't like it, but eventually you're wasting a lot of fishing line by constantly ripping that off. And as much as I change lures, this is valuable, especially for bass fishing, pan fishing, and trying little lures. I've got some extra fishing line, 100 yards at 8-pound test. I'm not quite sure yet how I'm going to get that in my pouch, but definitely the spool is too large for that. And I know overkill, but I do fish a lot, and I have a panfish kit. This is a stringer for panfish, well, for whatever. I put bass on it and whatever. I very often am out fishing, and sometimes I don't have a stringer with me, and I do like to keep my fish fresh until I'm ready to eat. And the stringers, if you put them in right, don't harm the fish. I don't care what anybody says. I've heard people complain and whine again and again and again about how that stringer is going to hurt your fish. It doesn't. The fish is fine by the time I'm ready to eat them and fresh. Keep them in the water, keep them in the edge of the pond, lake, creek, whatever you're fishing, and when you're done, you got your fresh fish. So I'm going to keep that in my Maxpedition case. I'm not yet sure exactly where, but I'll find a place in there. Always changing the case around, so I'll get that in there in a few minutes. I do have here as well a waterproof pack, alright, which contains some ink refills from a previous video review I did on a little stainless steel ink pen. Anyway, I'm going to get some little plastic pouches, but for now I'm just going to take a few of each of these things and throw them in here, and then I'm going to get the little plastic bags, the little zipper bags, and sort each and everything out by its own type. But this is just something I've really been wanting to do for a while. That's surprising. Dollar store kit has a punch out tab on there. Bear Grylls survival knife. I've been using this for about a year. It's about time I talk about it on video. But that is on there. It says punch out, but they don't have that easily able to punch out. Alright, we're going to take 2 or 3 of each hook size. For fishing, you definitely want a good assortment. Alright, so I think I'm going to take 3 of each. I've watched some survival shows, and I've seen where people have, oh, there's one carried over from a different pouch. That's alright, different slot. I've seen people suffering because they did not have enough fishing gear with them. I do believe in being comfortable in a survival situation. I don't care what people say. I carry extra gear with me. I fish heavily, and there's many times where I wish I had some extra stuff. So this going in the EDC kit, going to go where I go, and this will get used. That's why we have extras. As I use something up or run out of something, I replace it in the kit. Those have a little bit of a twist. That one has a twist to it. I don't think that's intentional. They're cheap, but they're thin, they're light, and they're gonna do the job for you. Catch you some fish and put food in your belly. Okay, that's important. Get the next size up, get a couple of these out there. Actually, a lot of them look the same, to be honest, but hey. So anyway, there's all that. Just get a few of each. Okay. And then that goes aside for spares. We'll put that in our little survival kit. Again, I do carry fishing gear everywhere I go. I do use this stuff heavily. Melanie loves fishing more than I do. And anywhere we are, I don't know if you guys some of you may have seen on my main channel, the Do-It-Yourself World. We were down in Thunder Bay the one time, the river, and dropped a line in and caught dinner. That was great. That was really neat. So we always have fishing gear in my family everywhere we go. That is just a fact of life. Another impossible to open tab, breakout tab. I'm only going to take a couple of each of these. You don't want to carry too much weight in your kit. Well, which way you want to go there? But actually, I don't even need, but I had to, it doesn't matter. I don't even need that much. These are all pretty much the same. Put a few weights in there. That's it. Okay? They do look to be all the same anyway. Alright. Now, if you're caught out in the field in a survival situation and all you've got is some little pieces like this, then you can always use a branch and your weights and a piece of stick as a lure or as a float, and then use live bait. But anyway, I try to have as much good stuff with me as I can. Again, 3 of these, the rest go back in a container and get saved for later. And I do use these a lot. I wear these things out, these swivels. But I do like to change my gear a lot. And depends on what's biting. You know, you might have tiny little fish going after your hook. And if all you've got is a large hook hard tied on, you're not going to eat. So I prefer to have the ability to switch around. Alright? Now, this here, I've got to figure out what to put it on. I don't want it spooled on too small and tight, but this is certainly too big. So I'm going to keep my eyes open for something for that. This stays in my kit permanently now. And here I have, in my Maxpedition pouch, a little pocket fishing kit with a sort of a reel, a bunch of fishing line, a weight, and a hook. Now, you lose your hook, you don't have any extras, you're in trouble. And most of those little gimmicky fishing kits just have one weight, one hook, and a little tiny piece of line. And you are going to lose your hook when you fish. You are often going to get a snag, and then you're going to go hungry. So, I believe in extras. I'm a strong believer in extras. So there you go. Permanent part of my everyday pouch. And things that I really will use. I'm going to do an update on this one day soon, because it changes a lot. So, keep on watching out for upcoming videos. Troy from TR Tech Tactical and Survival. I'm going to fit that in there in a minute. Talk to you later.